Wear shoes, dip the
eat
tape.
an orange, dip the tape.
Boom!
It's like if Mardi Gras, a Marvel movie opening, like in the back lot of Disney World.
A colorful description.
But not
I think
inaccurate.
that's not inaccurate. Yeah.
Whether you're into Star Wars, Marvel, DC, D&D, literally, like, there's something for everybody.
Welcome everybody to Connosaur Pod, your home for celebrating all things comic conventions and nerd culture. I am your host, AJ Hester. I'm joined by my co-host, Cody Howell, Kent Lawley, and the Connosaur himself, Matt Hodges. We are here to continue our month of Dragon Con celebration, and we will be chatting about DC here shortly. But first, somebody talk nerdy to me. Kent, go first.
Well, I have been doing a bit of a rewatch. It's been kind of background noise while I've been working, specifically doing Connosaur Pod stuff. It's been an excellent background noise, but Bleach, the original anime run, kind of catching back up, brushing up on kind of how we got to the 1,000-Year Blood War. And it's still really good to me. I was telling AJ about this today, actually, that if you like animes, I think that Bleach is an easy one to like. You do have to get through the first season of setup, but that's just television, not just anime. And then it really starts rolling. It's incredibly anime, power-up, formulate, but it's good stuff. There's definitely skippable stuff. I personally went ahead and skipped the Bount arc. Can't remember what seasons those are, but it's like episode 90 through 120. I think it's a 30 episode skip, maybe more than that actually. It might be like 70 to, doesn't matter. But no, it's still good. I still very much enjoy it. And getting into the second main arc now, and I guess that's it. Ichigo's learning to control yet another power. And then another nerdy thing, I am deep into book 3 of The Wheel of Time, The Shadow Rising, and it has picked up significantly. I mean, I liked book 1 and 2, but now book 3, you have the world fleshed out somewhat. There's still a whole lot of stuff that Robert Jordan believes in explaining as he goes, or not even explaining. It's just this stuff is happening, and the characters just kind of piece it together. Like, I guess that's why this is happening. And
that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
No exposition. I mean, that's how real life is.
Yeah.
So
that's it. Yeah, he does not believe in much exposition at all. There's like the only slow parts of the story is still very real life. It's because that part would just be slow in real life. There's very little, like, this character A takes character B aside to start telling them. And then when those moments start to happen, you're like, good, I'd actually kind of like to know more about this. So vague, so baseline, and then character A is like, that's basically all I know. And it's not much.
yeah.
Okay. One character in his situation specifically has very little explanation other than it used to happen way back when. And I guess that's happening to you now. Okay.
Go ahead,
Jody.
You can go ahead. I didn't have anything to add.
All right. My question was, does the pacing reflect that level of lack of information, for lack of a better term?
Yes and no. I was actually trying to think about this over the last few days. If it moves, specifically, I'm coming off my Stormlight or Cosmere in total, but Stormlight was the bulk of the Cosmere. Those books are tomes. Anybody who knows anything about it, and it's, you know, the first book at 1,200 pages is your shortest one, and then it keeps going up from there. They're large, and they can be incredibly slow and read like tomes sometimes. I love them. I highly recommend them. But I was trying to compare, you know, this new fantasy saga to it. I would say that it is faster. The pacing does reflect a lack of exposition. It definitely doesn't go into like the absolute nitty gritty of character emotion and feels. Like Sanderson in the Stormlight Archives would take multiple chapters to explore how a character is struggling or feeling or thinking about a decision, this, that, or the other. Whereas this is a lot drier. It's there's a little bit of that, and there's throughout characters struggling with their plot in life, but it's not bogging a chapter. There's still stuff moving the story along pretty much the whole time. But that's not to say that it's action packed, because like Cody had said, it's real life too. It's not a fight scene or some, you know, big event happening all the time, but it's quicker, and there is generally something moving the story along at the very least. And now where I'm at, which I think is roundabouts halfway through Shadow Rising, pretty much everybody's in the thick of something right now, and it's pretty neat. Highly recommend.
Has anybody else here read any of Brent Weeks' books? Because they're in the same realm. The Lightbringer especially is much more similar than his other main series to Stormlight and Wheel of Time. Lightbringer's awesome, and it's a bunch of books, and it's a little bit the same way you're describing Wheel of Time, and that sometimes you'll just come upon something and it's like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
But I think it ended up being 5 books. I think it was originally supposed to be a trilogy, and then it ended up being 5. So that's Lightbringer. Starts with the Black Prism, but magic is based on colors and that. Not too dissimilar to what happens in Stormlight, although it's based more on the chemical composition of things. But then his other series is Night Angel, which is more of just, I would say, more of a classic style fantasy book. It's simpler. The magic is basic, and then he's just this badass assassin. But starts as a homeless kid, and it's a trilogy. And then he brought that one back, and book 4 came out after he finished the Black Prism series or the Lightbringer series. Those are all really good though. And I would say even the Lightbringer ones, which are longer and more detailed, are fast paced. They're all fast paced.
Hell yeah. I'm writing it down.
I've got
making
some
a
of
note
them
right now.
And I've got some of them. So if somebody reminds me, I've got so many fantasy books over there though. And I don't see them on my shelf. And that's because most of the shelves are at least 2 rows deep, because my wife is very neat. She doesn't like them to just be stacked. So they're just pushed back. The top row, I think it is at least 3 layers deep. So maybe they're up there. But I'll try to find the first of either one of those series so that I can give it to you.
Hell yeah.
I think that...
I see books 4 and 5.
I think before I got into Sanderson, I was confusing mine and your conversations, Cody, with Sanderson and Weeks. Because you're just mentioning the Lightbringer, the way that it, I thought, because one of the cool things about Sanderson is his magic systems and the way that they kind of have a reason for why they work. And it seemed like I'm probably, before again finding Sanderson, had confused Weeks and Sanderson. So,
AJ, I think you would especially like the Night Angel series, specifically the character Andros Guile, which is Brent Weeks' social media name that he uses. But the character is the assassin who trains the Night Angel, but also just a thief with a good heart. You think kind of the anti-hero style, but very piratey. I can't remember if there are any ships.
I do have an affinity.
Yeah, there probably are some ships, but I mean, it mostly happens on land, but still, definitely your style and a lot of humor in all the books, which is part of what I like. A lot of dry humor, a lot of really smart characters who are constantly fucking with each other in playful ways and in not so playful ways. But they're all really good. And Night Angel series, I think those are 300 to 400 pages. They're not very long compared to this other stuff we're talking about. So they're easy reads relatively.
Just a quick side note. I'm really looking forward to jumping into those at some point, Cody. Thank you for the recommendation, because I always look for pretty longish sagas these days.
Yeah.
Because
Me
a
too.
lot of it I do while I'm working with headphones on, audiobook style, and those last a lot longer and help me with my Audible credits. Keep it not having to go crazy, getting a new one every week or so. But if you like well-established magic systems and like definitions and stuff like Sanderson does, Wheel of Time's not for you. It's magic, and so it happened because
Yeah.
the people who wield magic, they can do magic, and that's the explanation you get.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I appreciate Sanderson and what I
like it all.
understand Weeks to be. Yeah, I'm good. If you have, like, I love that Sanderson has talked about one of the reasons for Mistborn specifically is like, what if there was a reason for the Force? Like, what is the physics behind the Force? Like Star Wars,
Yeah.
the Force. Like, I love that he felt the need to think about that and create something as cool as he did. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also really good with the Force, just being the energy field that surrounds us, binds us, penetrates us, pulls the galaxy together. Like I'm all about that too.
Well, and to be clear, the Lightbringer series, while it is more complicated, it's still ultimately just because the colors physically come out of people, and each color has a different tendency and is somewhat attached to an emotion. So like I'm not gonna remember them. It's been 5 or 6 years since I finished the last one, but like red has a certain texture basically, and it's better for doing certain things. Blue has a certain texture and a certain feeling attached to it. It makes the people wielding it feel certain ways. I think red and green are the two that make people's eyes break their prism, which just means their iris goes into the white, which is a cool idea too. I don't want to give too much away. Might need to cut it in case we spoil something for this
I think
series.
that's all. That's not, nothing spoiling on that. I'm just
like, so in this series, magic can drive its wielder crazy, and they're basically always getting closer to that point. You can literally see the ring in their iris as it expands, and if it gets to the white, then they can break the iris and basically lose it, and then they turn into whites, which are this whole other. And I know we've all
Whites
heard
are the
word.
worst.
Yeah, they are. But we've all heard what WIGHT, white. We've all heard that word before, but they're a specific different thing in this version of reality. But I love those books, and I hope he does something else with that world, if not with the same characters. I feel like that should probably count for my nerdy thing. I've shared a lot about Brent Weeks' books.
and I'm
You got any?
I'm down with that counting as your nerdy thing, unless you have something else nerdy you want to talk about.
I was going to ask if you had any game updates.
A pretty big update there too. I'm adding a whole new mechanic. Because I didn't love that you could just buy attributes at the shop. Because that's how I've done it so far. You could buy permanent items, you could buy attributes, and you could buy consumable items. So I added a gym this week, and you will train there to improve attributes. And I think using the same mechanic, I'm also going to do something in the realm of a school where you can improve intellect and things like that. But the mechanic on my end will be the same. It will just look different on screen. Will affect energy differently, but already have the squat rack functioning as it's supposed to, but there's no image. right now or no animation. Right now you just stand there by the squat rack and can't move, and it drains some of your health. And if you stand there long enough, it improves your attribute. But I'll have little animations for all that, and I'll have a little bar showing you your progress and all that. But it's a passive thing. It's a lot like mining, I think, in RPGs. Mining or smithing, a little bit like that. But of course, it's me, so it's a modern looking gym with so far a squat rack and a bench press.
That's all you
And
need.
then we'll add some other things. Yeah, kind of want a pull up bar, but there's one on the squat rack, so we might keep it there.
I, for one, just standing next to a squat rack, feel like I can't move and it drains my energy without doing anything.
Yeah, I concur.
That's very cool.
Maddie, what about you? What's nerdy about you?
I finished 97, X-Men 97. It was, I liked it. Kind of sad, but
we've all finished it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to get into spoiler territory, but yeah, it's kind of bittersweet ending. But I enjoyed that, and then watched Lanterns, which Green Lantern is my favorite DC hero. So finally, to get respectable material is fantastic. And the first episode I thought was good, and it's right in that Game of Thrones time slot on HBO. And I was like, okay, well, this isn't a TVMA show for sure, but kind of interesting to see where it's going to go. There is a big twist at the end of the first episode, which I didn't see coming, but it's going to be interesting to see where they go for the rest of the season with that. So,
Well, we were kind of talking about it before we got into this, that I'd seen like the internet was not pleased. Can you give a non-spoilery description as to like why the internet may not have been excited about what happened at the end of the first episode?
nope.
Okay. As I was putting that together, I was like, "There's probably not going to be a real way to answer this."
Can you personally,
There is.
on your Connosaur Himself scale, 1 to 10 on first episode?
Probably about a 9.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, and we know that he's
and
a
that's
tough
coming
grader.
from a
Not having a badge is a full letter grade, Cons.
yeah. And then also the only true Green Lantern fan, like that. If he's feeling good about it, then I feel like the internet should shut the fuck up.
I really
Yeah,
I really liked the way it looked from the trailers, and
yeah.
I like Green Lantern, but definitely not my favorite. But I was very interested, and now I'm even more interested since you said there's a twist.
So even normally when I watch TV shows, like I always watch them on my computer, and I'll like pause, even like Game of Thrones and stuff like that, and like do other things, like watch other like social media and stuff. But I was locked in, and I was like, okay, so yeah, I wasn't reading anything, like just focused on it. I was like, it caught me really well.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I can't wait to see where this is going. And then like the twist happens, and I'm like, oh, okay, really can't wait to see where this is going. I mean, I can't even really explain it without, you can't even explain like the twist or like hint at the twist without explaining it. I mean, I understand why people are upset, but I've got to let the show ride. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Well, is it not comic accurate? Is that an issue? Like, what is it not? Does it not seem like it's heading towards comic accuracy? Is that something that people are having an issue with, or is it different than that?
Yeah,
than that?
it's not. The twist is why people are upset,
Okay.
but I honestly can't explain it
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's
without
looking up.
spoiling it.
I'm looking up free trials of HBO
Yeah, I was
Max.
gonna say, I'm in the show and me go watch that show. I'll probably
Yeah.
wait on Will for that one, so I probably won't catch it tonight. But yeah, just this moment right here, I'm watching it. I'm watching it ASAP. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right.
So
HBO Max free trial does not have to offer a direct one. All right. Prime Video. HBO Max free trial.
there
I'll figure it out.
You can come
there
over.
is like
Come to the house. We'll let you know.
there's so it is like so it's also like a true crime series. So they or not true crime, but like a crime series where they're trying to like solve a case and they're being Green Lantern and like so that's another aspect of it that's really
is the
cool.
show actually Batman? And they give it away at the end of the first episode. that he's actually just Batman.
Nailed it.
They're being space police, which is what they are.
I figured.
So
Does it? I think
in
the trailer.
Nebraska for some reason.
Yeah, this isn't a spoiler. It's got both Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan.
Yep.
Does it focus on them kind of equally? Is one more main than the other?
So they're pretty much, so it has different time periods. So it's got 96, 2016, and 2026. And it kind of,
I like that.
I mean,
that idea.
Jon Stewart is the focus. I mean, and Hal Jordan is a lot too. But like, if the 96 stuff was a lot more about Jon Stewart, and then like the 2016 is the both of them, and then a little bit more Jon Stewart in 2026 as well.
Okay,
so,
cool, very neat. Yeah, that's an interesting execution style.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm
like
excited
the guillotine.
because like just from the trailer, Guy's going to be in it, Sinestro's in it. So
is Guy played by
Who's your
fill-in? Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that I'd seen that, but I couldn't recall for sure. Neat.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in
who
the
is
trailer.
who is your Green Lantern, Matt?
So I like Hal Jordan. Like Hal Jordan. So Blackest Night is very Hal Jordan focused, and that is probably my favorite Green Lantern series. That went more into the different Lantern Corps and all that, and Jeff Johns wrote that, and so I really like Hal Jordan. I mean, I grew up with Jon Stewart with the animated series. So any of the four, like the newer ones I haven't read as much of, but like it's almost interchangeable with Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart. Those four are like just like pick one. I could read a Green Lantern comic with any of those four. So I know that's a cop out answer, but I would lean Hal's probably my favorite a little bit more than the other four, but yeah, I like them all.
You're the one that has turned me on to Green Lantern. I think it was when we were playing on Injustice at your house, and you were playing with Green Lantern so hard, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to give Green Lantern a little more respect. And then Justice League Unlimited, and that's Jon Stewart through, I guess, all of that, right? And the Green Lantern did that. So that's where I like Jon Stewart's where I hang my hat. But
the Green Lantern animated show is Hal Jordan, and it is fantastic. And they canceled it after one season, and I met the voice actor for Hal Jordan in that, and was like, the show was awesome. I hate that they canceled it. And I've met two of the voice actors from that show. So want to make sure I met the voice actor for Hal and Razor, who was a Red Lantern and a Blue Lantern, which was a pretty cool concept. But I met what was it? Blanking on the names right now. Josh Keaton is Hal Jordan. I met him at Nashville, GalaxyCon Nashville, and Jason Spizak, who is Razor. I met him at DreamHack in Atlanta last year. So I mean, awesome Like awesome show. Like that show was awesome. That was also like Hal Jordan focused. But yeah, it was Darkest Night or Blackest Night was the storyline that kind of got me hooked more into
I did it.
into it. So you did it. You found your free trial.
Through Disney Plus
Nice.
with ads, which are kind of ridiculous on the Disney app, but I'll live.
But yeah, no, I think it's good. The twist you probably won't see coming, but and then you will be like, okay, where the hell is the show going? But
Yeah.
I understand why people were upset, but also I think you got to let it ride. And a lot of people who are upset just hate that Snyder's not involved anymore. I feel like, which is why they've hated on all the projects that have come out. But
Well, they're clearly a different style. I mean, I don't know the exact style of lanterns, but I mean, Snyder had a very distinct style, and these are not that. But
well,
I like
Lanterns
them.
is actually the one that's the most similar to his style. It's darker, so
yeah,
but no, I thought it was good. I am excited for the future, next week's episode, and all the episodes that come out after that. I'll probably be at Dragon Con Sunday night when we get back to the hotel at like 3 a.m. watching it on my laptop. So
I tell you what, if
Yeah.
we're not watching Wedding Crashers at some point during this 5-day adventure,
yeah, y'all should do
I
that.
have to,
bro, we gotta
I have
sleep
to
at some
buy
point.
that's not how I remember Dragon Con.
You motorboating son of a bitch.
You motorboating son of a bitch. You old sailor, you.
Still in the house?
Yeah, you don't remember that because you were partying till 2 a.m. and then writing articles for SI
Yeah.
and waking up 3 hours later.
Yeah,
know
I
how
have a distinct like visceral memory of writing articles on the toilet because you were asleep. So I was like in the bathroom writing them on the bathroom counter, and just being not sober in the moment. Check your sources. Check your sources when if you're reading, just because you're reading Sports Illustrated doesn't mean that you're reading a sober guy writing articles. I'll probably cut that. That's terrible.
Yeah. But I remember, I think I was in the bathroom when we got back one night and you like fell or some shit.
Dude, okay. One of the nights, okay, so article writing night was Thursday because it was preview articles for the game on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, I very specifically was chugging espresso martinis while we were watching the game because I thought I'm gonna continue to drink, but I'm gonna need to be awake to write the post game articles. And that's the last clear memory I have about that evening.
Always been a dangerous mixture for me personally. And I told people
Caffeine
as
and
much
alcohol.
later on. It's like, we'll just give you a bunch of caffeine and then you can stay up. It's like, I'll still be up. But here, this is going to be a different person, whole different animal. Let me go to bed. When alcohol's telling me to go to sleep, it has a very good reason.
Yeah. And I, and not only was I drinking caffeinated alcohol to stay up to write articles, but that evening for me and Matt was also like really great. We talked a lot about a million things from writing to the family that we share and so on and so forth. We had a lot of great conversation that I didn't want to let end, there. And I think at some point my equilibrium said, "Fling yourself into that wall over there." and then the next day I was like, "Damn, I'm kind of sore." And it's from throwing myself into a wall on accident.
I'm kind of sore, and there's a print of my body on the wall.
Yeah, I'm just that's my big thing is I'm okay being the drunken silly boy. I just don't want to cause any wreckage. So when I, fling myself into a wall, I'm just like, shit, you idiot. Don't break the wall, And I didn't.
Good.
I didn't.
Good.
My elbow still kind of clicks when I do stuff, but that could be from anything, So
That's exciting news because all of that transpired at Dragon Con. So these are the things to expect.
yeah, I guess we can kind of get into my nerdy thing is that I am still reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I know I mentioned that in the previous episode or the episode before, but like I actually am getting into it now. I finally had some time to read it. It's fucking fantastic. But outside of that, we can get into just Dragon Con expectations overall, I guess.
Yeah. I am not expecting hardly anyone to meet Nathan Fillion. Alan Tudyk. I think I've talked about this multiple times, but I'm going to keep talking about it because they are going to be some busy boys at this con.
Yeah,
like
it does
Resident
look
Alien.
like him and Tudyk, the Firefly cast, are going to be run ragged.
Yeah, they've got that. So the Rookie, Firefly, Resident Alien. I'm pretty sure there's most stuff. Star Wars. If they do any of that stuff, like multiple panels, because yeah, they're gonna be some busy. They're gonna be busy boys. But because I was hoping to see Tudyk and get a K2SO autograph, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. I have personally no expectations other than big, busy, and a lot of fun. I'm expecting to have fun. If I don't have a lot of fun, I will be disappointed, and that's about it.
I think that the reason you're involved in this, actually, both of you, Kent and Cody, the reason that you guys are here is because Matt took me and that I got the bug, and I was like, okay, you guys are going to also get this bug. And then Kenyatta, the fact that you got the bug from Lexington, which was a great con. We had a fucking blast there, and the guest list was great, and the vendors were great, and that was a great first con. That was fantastic. But you've only fallen more and more in love with this thing that we're doing, and it's nothing can scratch what this experience is. That's what I'm so excited about, is that you have fallen in love with this situation, and you have not experienced like what made me fall in love. And so that's what I'm excited about.
Yep.
I also expect you to have a great time, and if you don't have a great time, I will also be disappointed because
I don't think there's much thrill
I
of it. I think I'm gonna have a great time.
do it. We're going to have a blast.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be easy. And I would understand if you came out of it going, I prefer like the smaller, more intimate cons. There's something about 75K plus. Like when you talk about like Jordan Hare Stadium holds 85K or so, and it's 85,000 of your closest friends on a Saturday, right? Like that's what like in massive crowds of Dragon Con is like we're all here, just 75K of your closest friends, and some of us drink a little bit.
Yeah, just
Get
based
a
on
little
what I've
rowdy.
seen on like Reddit and Facebook and everything, I think that's the biggest difference, or one of the biggest differences, is that there's a big party element to this thing. Which I'm psyched for, even as a
Yeah, it's like
sober
if
boy.
it's like if Mardi Gras fucked a Marvel movie opening like in the back lot of Disney World.
A colorful
And
description.
But not
I think
inaccurate.
that's
Not
not inaccurate. Yeah, it's this amalgamation of all the fun things in life. There's a sexual element to it. There's a super nerdy element to it. There's a drinking element to it. There's depending on where you go, a drinking element to it. And then depending on like what line you find yourself in, like you end up drinking there. And then there's like bands and different parties that are like specific that you go to, and then some of those you can drink at, it's just a real, it's like a circle. There's no corners,
Yeah. And it's an interesting time. The first night you're going to be like, what have I been signed up for?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be like, I thought this was a convention, not this type of convention though.
It's the conventions that we have done, which have been a lot this year. They're not the same as what we're getting into. This is a different thing, and not in a negative way, obviously.
I think they all
It's
have
just-
their place. I mean, I've enjoyed myself at every one of them so far, but yeah, I from what I've gathered, not just from YouTube, but from people we've talked to at other cons, and now that it's gearing up, it's just a couple of weeks away for us, boys. But I've been on some of the internet message boards, and the internet people paint it as a different experience. So I'm very excited. My expectations are high, but I'm not expecting any one certain thing. Just a good time, and I think that it's going to deliver.
If nothing else, man, first off, I don't want you to have your expectations so high that it underperforms. I don't necessarily think that that's a possibility. I really compare my experience last year to my Disney World experiences, and you guys know how I feel about that place. There's just this synergy. Are we the type of show that uses synergy? Is that no? Back it out.
Yeah,
back it out. We'll cut it. There's this guesstimation. Do we use guesstimation? Is that
Sure.
What's our policy on words that you just kind of make up? I've been brainificating on it. We'll fix it in post. I think Kenyatta, you're gonna like it.
I think so too.
That's where I'll land on that one. Matt, tell our viewers, as the pharmacist of the group who understands immune systems, let's have 3 tips to first time goers to Dragon Con as to how they can maintain their health.
Wear shoes.
That's a good tip.
There's a good
Double
tip. Vitamin C supplements, the gummies, emergency immune support gummies are always a plus. Take some of those. Make sure you're vaccinated properly. You're going to be around a lot of people. Don't share drinks with strangers.
I don't
Unless you know 'em.
I don't love that one.
When you inevitably blow up the bathroom due to post drinking shits, at least put some toilet paper down on the seat.
Wash your hands.
Actually, there's a study about how the toilet paper on the seat thing is more better for germs. Because toilet seats are designed.
Just crouch. Don't touch it at all.
Oh well, I've been doing it wrong. I lift seat and lid and put those all the way up, and then just lower myself into the water.
Into the water.
You just there's no the turd never sees oxygen.
Yeah.
It goes straight into the water.
Water.
If you're not
and you're cleaning while you go.
You're cleaning while you go. If you're not water turning, I don't know what you're doing.
I hate
I don't know what you're doing.
splashing. Okay.
Yeah, that's gross. That's how you get bacteria on you. Really. All of these are approved by our resident doctor, the Connosaur himself. He also agrees with.
Just go ahead and dip your taint in the water first.
I don't approve this message.
So wear
As prescribed
shoes.
by the Connosaur himself.
Wear
Wear
shoes.
shoes,
Dip the
Eat an
taint.
orange. Dip the taint.
Boo! God, I'm gonna lose my license.
That is. Oh my god!
We'll
You
put
know,
a
I don't want you
disclaimer
to-
in the description.
I obviously don't want you to lose your license, but if we were at Thanksgiving and your parents were just looking at me like, "This is your fault," I'm like, I don't know, man, kind of worth it. Did you hear the dip the taint comment? That's pretty funny.
Wear shoes. Eat gummies. They might have vitamin C in them. And
Yeah, eat any type of gummies. Any gummies.
Do not take gummies from strangers at DragonCon.
We're talking worms, THC, whatever you got.
And
Wear
dip the
shoes.
taint.
Someone
Wear
offers you a
shoes,
gummy.
Gummies.
Ask
dip
what's
the
in
taint.
it.
Ask what's in the gummy afterwards, because if you ask beforehand, you might not take it. That's my tip.
Oh, all right. Now
Gosh,
I've got a
that's
good baseline of how to go into this thing. Good. I'm glad we went over this.
This ends with AJ fighting his Uber account again. Well, I've already bought an
Hey,
Uber as we're waiting to go.
Listen, okay, all right, but Maddie, that's a fair story, because that's definitely one of those first two nights that I was talking about. One of those I ended up writing sports articles in the bathroom. One of those I ended up throwing myself into the wall. I don't remember which one it was, but I know that because of you, or because of that situation, I now have an operational Uber account. Silver linings, guys. DragonCon brings out the best in all of us. Okay.
Yeah,
Beforehand, guys, like, we don't need to get into that, but we can.
Fighting
We
that
can.
Uber
I'm fine
account.
with it.
So
Next,
save the
we've
Uber
got-
story for next time.
Save the Uber story.
Yeah, this is a
We've
to
got
be
more
continued.
Dragon content.
TBC.
Yeah, we got more Dragon content coming. Look forward to seeing you all there. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next we'll see you at some other time.
What?
They over roast the beans.